Hey YouTube, you ever have water problems? How do you get water into your trailer? How do you get it haul it to your campsite because you don't want to set up your trailer? Well, I got a solution for you. Stick around. All right, late evening. I have an AQUATANK2 water storage container, and this is the 60 gallon. It's 36 by 48 by 16 high. In the package, you get a shut off, and appears to be a patch kit. Please read before your AQUATANK package. Okay, so I guess I'll read that. And then I got the actual AQUATANK itself here. That's how it comes. It's pretty light. It's amazing how light that is. Anyway, let me read the directions. I'll get back with you. Okay, I'll let you read it for yourself. You can pause if you want to, but basically it says don't open this plastic container here unless you agree to the strength and rigidity of the AQUATANK. Now, this material, this is a sample, not a patch kit. It's not warranted against punctures, so if I stick a hole in it, that's on me. And I'm out the 120 bucks or 150 bucks that I paid for it, whatever it was. And I paid for this, by the way. I'm not getting paid to do a promotion or anything like that, but this is the material. It's nylon, kind of scratchy on the outside, and on the inside it's kind of rubberized. I don't know how else to explain it other than maybe you can see if I put it in the sunlight here that it's got that rubber sheen to it. The back side is just regular nylon. All right, so I'm going to accept that. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to show you what I got. Okay, here's the directions. You can pause on this if you so choose to read it. There you go, that's the directions. Okay, so I've laid it out in the back of the truck where I would probably fill it if I were at a campsite. But that's where the hose is going to go in, right there. And then this is where it would be pumped out. I'm going to leave the cap on that. I'm going to connect my hose here to the house water spigot, and I'm going to fill it up. There's my input. I'm going to string this over to the faucet. Okay, so I turned it on. It started bouncing around a little bit. I want to get this smooth before I get too full. Hang on. Okay, so similar to a waterbed, the hose had kind of some kinks in it, and you got to straighten out the bottom. Got a big old air bubble in there because the hose was full of air. Just some things to think about. I just want to fill it up and make sure it holds what it says it's going to hold. Width between the wheel wells is 4 feet, so that's 48 inches. So it's not quite 48 inches wide. 36 inches from front to back. And this is probably how I will use it. when I go to get water. All right, so I filled it up, disconnected it. That water on the top is me disconnecting the hose. I've got the cap on the top. There is a fairly significant air bubble in there. You might be able to see the color change, just a little bit different. Okay, so now I'm going to drain it. I'm going to connect the hose to that, and then to this, and then out of that I'm going to put another hose and simulate filling my trailer. So trying to do this real quick before I lose all my light. I've got about a 10-12 foot hose, 15 foot hose maybe, hooked from that to the pump, and then another hose hooked up out here. Now what I did is I bought a Shurflo water pump, and I took and made an extension cord, and now I can plug it in directly into the adapter in my truck. So let me do that, and we'll see what happens. Now I put a counter on there to plugging this in. There it goes. Put a counter on it to count the gallons that I'm putting out, and I'm gonna pump this thing dry. Pretty good water pressure. And this is how I would put water into the trailer. But we're just going to let it run right out onto the ground just for the heck of it. So we pumped 1.7 gallons now. That's quieter than the one that I've got in the trailer. That's a Shurflo. Model number 2088554-144. I'll put a link in the description for both for all of this, for the water tank, the AQUATANK, for the Shurflo pump. This is a Rainwave. It counts the gallons that's flowing through it, and I'll put the link for the plug adapter in there as well. I cut a piece of plywood to fit in the bottom of a milk crate, so that when I'm done with all of this, I can just set it in the bottom of the milk crate and carry it around. That way I don't have to worry about it tumbling or falling out of the truck or vibrating off the tailgate. But this is how I would be filling my tank. And again, it's just first time I've filled it, so it's probably going to taste a little bit like AQUATANK to start with. I don't know that I would drink this water right off the start, but you never know. A little bit of a filter, and maybe it'll work good. I would definitely, if I wasn't filling it off of a very trusted water source, I would for sure use a water filter. But for today, for purposes of today, I'm just going to use the water out of the house spigot, and I'm not drinking it. Okay, so while we've been talking, it's pumped 7.2 gallons. I'll cut back to it in a minute or so when this is empty, tell you how many gallons I put in. We're at 11 gallons now. It is not getting hot at all. The pillow of water has gone down significantly. I would say this, that I should have, before I started, if I'm going to do it, next time I do it, I will put the cutoff valve at the bottom end at the drain out so that I don't spill a bunch of water while I'm connecting the hose. And that's what the water in the bed of the truck is from. And a little squirt out there as well. Okay, again, I got the 60-gallon, and time's lapsed. Now we're at 17.8 gallons. And I definitely recommend, from my first use, that I should have used this in there or both. I might get a second one of these that are just a cutoff valve. Put it at both ends so that I can easily connect the hoses to it, and then just cap it off with the cap that comes with it. And one screws in this way over there, and then you put the plug in, and then the other one would screw in this way and put a cap in. I would definitely recommend a second cutoff valve on these. This Shurflo, I am very impressed with it. I hope it lasts. It's not hot to the touch at all. It's got rubber grommets, and you put it on the plywood there. And supposedly these are good to replace the water pump in your trailer. So I'm gonna keep this around. If I have a problem with the water pump in the trailer, I can always pull this one out and put it in there. Okay, we're at 21 gallons. We're at about 25 gallons. And as you can see, it's about halfway down from what it was. I don't think I quite got 60 gallons in there, but we'll see. You never know. Let's just see what we got in there. I am very pleased with this already, just with the thought that I am going to use this to haul almost 60 gallons, whereas I was hauling with the 5-gallon Coleman buckets, or the and I have one 7.5 gallon blue bucket, and those are pails or containers, whatever, tanks, and those take up a lot of space. Even if I am empty with water, they're taking up a lot of valuable bed space. This folds down to almost nothing. As you can see, it's getting down to a very low level, and we're now 37 gallons is what I pumped in. The total elapsed time so far has been about 12 minutes of actual time pumping, and you can see we're just about done. Now, could I gravity flow this without the Shurflo? Of course, I could gravity flow it, but I would have to make sure that the bed of my truck is higher up than the tank on the trailer, which it is, but then I would have to run the pump in the trailer to pump it in, because the only way I can put water into the tank of the trailer is by using the pump, just like as if I were to winterize it. I'd have to pump it in somewhere or have pressure on the outside. So I don't want to use the pump in the trailer to suck water out of the container. I wanted to use this one to pump it in. And like I said a minute ago, this gives me a spare. So we're just about done. I think I'm going to wrap this up. Again, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think of this thing. Tell me if you think I'm crazy for trying to haul water in a container like this. And give me a thumbs up and give me a subscribe if you would. I'd really appreciate it. But I'm going to call this a win. So again, thanks for watching everything RV by Pat. That's the end of it. We're at 42.4 gallons, and that's it. So there you have it. I'm going to try and squeeze as much water out of this before I roll it up and put it away. But that's it for today. So thanks for watching Everything RV by Pat. I really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to get this far in the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next video.